Welcome back to Fast Market here on Schwab Network. It's time for Cash Tag, so let's bring in our next guest. That's going to be Andy Swan. He's a co-founder at LikeFolio. Welcome back to the show, Andy.
Thank you.
All right, so we're talking the Trade Desk digital ad platform. It seems like if you look at some of the earnings reports from companies that rely on digital ad spend, they've had some pretty good results. Are you guys seeing that as far as your data goes on the Trade Desk going into earnings?
Yeah, the Trade Desk is one of these companies that we've been bullish on for a long time, and I think we will continue to be bullish for a very long time because they have absolutely massive tailwinds behind them in that, first of all, as everyone knows, more and more people are moving to streaming rather than traditional television. It's just, this isn't anything new. It's just something that continues. And we expect that to continue. So more people are moving this direction. The other thing is that when you look at the spend between traditional TV and streaming TV or over-the-air streaming, there's still a dominance in advertising on traditional TV, and the only explanation for this is momentum or is apathy or laziness by marketers because they like the perks that they get when they get to go to the Super Bowl after running a $5 million ad that does nothing. They don't get those perks when they advertise to the single individual in Omaha who has engaged with content like theirs 5,000 times over the past year, which is exactly what the Trade Desk helps advertisers find, is those individual users that are streaming that are most likely to engage with their content, with their advertisement in a positive way and deliver an exceptional ROI. So the Trade Desk delivers exceptional ROI to advertisers who embrace streaming, and that is a growing pot. So all of the tailwinds are with the Trade Desk. They had a great quarter last quarter. They raised guidance. The stocks reacted very positively. And, I think that the big takeaway for us is anytime that you've got, a company with exceptional technology that is the best of breed in an industry that has massive, huge, seemingly unending tailwinds that have not yet been completely tapped out, you've got to have a long-term bullish view. We've got some concerns going into this particular quarter, into the earnings call, that maybe they got a little bit ahead of themselves on their guidance. But overall, we are extremely bullish on the Trade Desk and think it's just an incredible company and an incredible opportunity.
Andy, the long-term momentum of people moving away from linear and towards digital advertising is pretty obvious. Your numbers show people are stubborn to move, right? It's not an easy thing. But two short-term news items. Amazon Prime, the new video deal, that's going to bring in more digital advertising. The Hulu Disney Plus integration, they're going to open that up to Trade Desk's platform to bid for that. There's another. They've got good news in the long term. You said the tailwinds, but they've got good news coming just lately in this last earnings cycle where the things are moving even quicker towards them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that it's actually, the marketers and the brands that are spending these ad dollars, they're the ones that seem to be a lot more stubborn than the end consumer, because end consumers are fine with moving to a Netflix ad-supported solution or a, like you mentioned, Hulu, Disney Plus ad-supported solution. The content providers, the end user and viewer, they are moving towards and embracing an ad-supported alternative to purely premium paid service in terms of their streaming subscriptions. And so the Trade Desk is in all the right spots. They're just kind of waiting for the advertisers at these big brands to figure out that, blasting enormous ads during the 6 o'clock news is probably not as lucrative as, specifically targeting the users that are most likely to engage with their content.
Yeah, Andy, you would have expected them to not do that well in an environment maybe over the last year and a half to 2 years, but they've actually increased their growth numbers because of that efficiency and effectiveness on their platform. When you look at this one, that's probably the caveat, as digital ad spend is going to ramp up into an election season, of course. But do you have an earnings score on this one? Because it seems like you guys are relatively bullish.
Yeah, we're extremely bullish long term. I'm cautious. I'm very cautious going into this report. I would position it as, we see some degradation in their web views. We think that there is some pressure on overall ad spend in the short term. And so we're looking at this as, if we get a pullback in the name, we've seen earnings trip some companies up and seen some overreactions to the downside this quarter. So I'm kind of licking my chops, hoping we get that type of reaction from the earnings report, because I'd really like to pick up more shares of the trade desk long term.
Stocks at near multi-year highs going into that all-time high of 114. All right, great stuff, great data as always, Andy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Andy Swan, co-founder at LikeFolio.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
It's got to be sports.